Hi, welcome back. Today I will be doing the final stage of Act 2, Chapter 6. This is the Chaos stage at the end of Hard Mode. Just taking a quick look at the enemies, you'll notice that range damage, not a good choice, and also paralysis immunity. It doesn't completely make someone like Agrius useless because, as you can see, the mannequins are completely vulnerable. But I won't be using her. Instead, I'll be using Squall. I'll be bringing along my newly upgraded Ishtola, and I'll be bringing along Serah as well. The debuffs are going to be really good for controlling Brave. And my summon choice is going to be Rama, just because I both want more max Brave so I don't leak, and also will be taking some HP damage. So, going right into this, I'm going to hunt for an Agrius friend here, and let's go. Alright, so he's going to open the fight with a group Brave plus HP attack. He's always going to do this on turn 1, and he's going to do this repeatedly throughout the fight. It's actually kind of annoying, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so that's the main thing you need to work around during this fight. That end, he does have some pretty potent debuffs. Okay, so Squall's first turn, obviously pick the one that's going to break first. And I need to use a solid barrel because I'm going to be getting a lot of Brave from everyone else in this party. Alright, so we're going to open with Pulse of Life. That's going to undo the damage we just took at the start of the fight, as well as give everyone quite a lot of Brave. Now, as is usually the case with this kind of fight, you want to focus most of your damage on the middle target. He's got the most HP, and once you kill the mannequins, he's going to summon a second round of mannequins. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because I think these two mannequins are a little more annoying, because they offer a lot of supporting power. Nonetheless, they'll be killed by incidental damage. Squall does some area damage, as well as Serah is going to be dealing splash damage. Don't worry about trying to take them out. That said, if they have a lot of Brave, break them. Alright. So I'm actually going to use another wound here. I want my debuffs on sort of the good side of the buffs, so that I can start trying to push some of them off. Okay, so this is the first debuff he's going to use pretty frequently. It's a fairly decent attack down and speed down. It brings my Squall's hits from max down to about 7k, so it's not inconsequential, but it's also not really a big deal. Okay, so you can see he is now queuing up that all attack again. That's the same one he opened the fight with. I'm aiming this ultimate arrow at one of the mannequins, just so I can break it. There we go. And then Squall. I'm not too worried about this Warrior of Light mannequin doing an HP attack. I think Serah's debuffs are going to take away all of his Brave, so I'm just going to go ahead and aim at the middle guy here. Alright, so Pulse of Life is ready, but I'm not going to use it here, because if I do, well, if I use Pulse of Life, I'm going to end up taking a pretty nasty HP attack with no way to heal it. Turns like this are a little tricky. I could use Stone, I could use Medica, I could just HP attack. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, and there's Vortex again. So you can see he actually tries to take back-to-back turns. Not normally a problem because he's just going to lose its debuffs. You do still want Squall to knock that Brave off, though. Even though you're going to probably get rid of it with Serah's debuffs, Getting the Brave Breaks is helpful. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and heal again. Now, since everybody's already got a whole lot of Brave, I'm going to use Stone. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and use an all advance here. Serah's already basically at her max Brave. So is Squall. I'm going to benefit a bit from having a little extra overflow, so that's why I'm going to use that. Okay. So Warrior of Light's actually the better target to break here because it'll push his turn back, so we'll aim at him. As long as this hits a broken target, it's going to do full damage to all of them, so. Okay, and he's unbroken. I know it looks like I'm burning through a lot of stones here, that's fine. Obviously I'm using his EX every time it's available, and I'm always aiming at the actual boss, not the mannequins. So this attack is pretty annoying. It's got 3 debuffs on it. It's that attack, defense, and speed down. It's sort of like the debuff trifecta, right? Alright, so here's a potentially bad turn. He's got quite a lot of Brave. He could HP attack here. I would like that not to happen, if possible. So I'm actually going to go ahead and... You can see her EX is almost ready, which is perfect. The reason that is perfect is because that way, you can see I swapped her out for Agrias. It's perfect because I can always, when she comes back in, I can always heal like the very next turn. So if anybody does take damage in the meantime, that's not really going to be a problem. Always use Moonlight next so that Agrias gets buffs. During the summon, you want to use Renzo as much as possible. And then Agrias is just going to spam 3 Judgment Blades here, and then her EX again. Now you can see I did paralyze Ramza. You don't need to paralyze anything here. It's not super important. Okay, I'm going to drop an Ultimate Arrow on the right one. It's going to trigger a chase. These just are helping me generate a little extra Brave. I'm going to do a Renzo on Ramza here, even though he's going to die no matter what. It gets me a break bonus. And you can see he brought in his next round of mannequins. Now, that was sort of a misplay. I should have been targeting him, and for whatever reason I wasn't. I must have stayed on that side mannequin. I meant to launch him there, but I still got the launch, so it doesn't matter. Alright, now I need to get these guys debuffed. So we're going to open with Wound. And you can see that because I summoned right at the start of her turn, that silence just triggered. Which means that on her next turn, I'll actually be able to silence again. Okay, so we'll use a Renzo. You can see his stats are getting rather high. Alright, that is 3 out of 4 debuffs from Serah on all of them. That should keep them pretty well under control. This is great because he's trying to debuff Agrias, who isn't going to get debuffed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and aim at one of the side ones. This is going to deal full damage to all anyway. This is just going to let me go ahead and get that chase. Alright, assault trigger. And I'll drop this on the left one. Alright, so them not having any Brave and Silence here, of course, this has them locked down pretty well. Alright, so now that she's back, let's see what the best choice here is. I'm going to go ahead and just stone him again. And I'll use a solid barrel. This way I can break 2 of them with 1 hit. Okay, so her EX is ready. It's just a matter of if it's worth using here or if that would be a misplay because of healing. I think I'm going to use it. We'll stone again. We'll use her second all advance here, since she's already full on Brave. And although I don't really need to use Squall's additional ability, I'm going to use it anyway because the extra attack is going to help me with dealing damage to him, because his defense is much higher right now. Okay. And I'm just going to HP attack, because this is still going to give like 20,000 Brave to everybody. Okay. I'm actually going to go ahead and aim this ultimate arrow at one of the side characters. Yes, I'm aware that Serah's buff from wound is gone. It's probably not a big deal. I'm aiming at a side character because I didn't think it was going to be able to break the main guy. Okay, so here I do have the EX ready. I think it's probably safer for me to use a solid barrel to make sure that the side ones are broken. And I'm going to go ahead and use a Medica, because this will save us from getting broken by his attack. Although, actually, I'm going to go ahead and attack with Squall anyway, so someone will get broken anyway. I was sort of hoping that might finish him off. It did not. So here, I'm going to take a hit from Vortex. Hopefully, before the fight is over, I will be able to heal, and that will undo the damage that I just suffered. So since I need that EX to charge, I'm going to use abilities. Okay, and there it is. That will, I think, set me up for success. The turn count on this is 70, so I'm well under right now still. Should be very easy to finish this under turn count. Still have a little overflow there from Serah, so... Okay, and that should hit everything. As you can see, this one's a pretty straightforward fight. You just need to bring a healer of some kind. That's really all you have to worry about. Maybe some area brave damage. It's pretty straightforward. This is probably one of the easiest chaos fights we've had yet. As long as you can out-heal the damage from Vortex, you're not going to have too much of a hard time. Alright, well thanks for watching, and good luck on this one yourselves.